3 and we're going to meet Steve Lowe, the man that made this all possible.
I was a fashion photographer for about 25 years. Lived and worked all over the world, taking pictures, fantastic lifestyle, great fun. I spent a lot of time living in France, spent time living in Germany, spent time living in Greece. Backwards and forwards to Australia, working for all sorts of magazines like Clio and Cosmo and Vogue and magazines like that, advertising campaigns for all sorts of different advertising agencies. Got to the point where after 25 years I felt that I'd achieved all the things that I wanted to achieve in the industry and wanted to diversify and look for something else to do, which is why then I started to look into nightclubs, because it was something that I spent a lot of time in, and I thought these are great environments, great ways to make money, good business, if you're the right sort of person that can fit in with it. It was interesting, when I first met Scott, I was doing the head doorman at Lady Luck's nightclub, and Scott was promoting on Sunday nights. Now I was doing the door on Fridays and Saturdays, so I had never actually met Scott because Scott was busy doing kink on a Saturday night at the Art House. And I came in one night on a Sunday night with a few friends, a little bit drunk, and this big tall Scotsman at the door says, "You have to pay $10 to get in." I was like, "I'm not paying $10 to get in." And he says, "Yeah, you are." He said, "Who the hell are you?" And I said, "Who the hell are you?" And then we sort of stopped for a moment, and then we had to sort of realise that we both worked there but didn't know each other, and we had a bit of a laugh about it. He hated me for a couple of weeks and I hated him for a couple of weeks, but we've become great friends ever since. Right from the decision that Scott and I made to take on this venue, we had to then go all the way back to the beginning. Because it had been vacated for over 12 months, the council basically brings you back to a clean slate. So we had to start right from the beginning with plans, with development applications, all the necessary reports and contractors and consultants. So I've basically been coordinating the entire development process, the application process, right up until the council granted the development application on our behalf, which was a great success considering all the difficulties and the blind corners that you go into when dealing with bureaucracy in Sydney, and especially even harder with a nightclub. The main problems that we ran into is that at the end of the day, council doesn't particularly want another nightclub in Oxford Street. So the first thing that they did was reduce our hours, and they put very, very strong constraints. But what we wanted to do is we wanted to fix all the issues that had been there previously and show the council that we were the right operators and we were going to be good and going to deliver to them what they wanted. Therefore, giving them no need for recourse later on down the track. So we're solving all the issues that they had in the past. We've dealt with them, and therefore there will be no problems in the future with the council, I'm hoping. There were several points along the process with the development application that were very large stumbling blocks. It often reminded me of Al Pacino in The Godfather saying, "Every so often they pull me back in," and that was what it was like. They'd say, we'd think we were going to get one thing, they'd tell us that we're going to give another, they were going to give us something else, which wasn't going to suit what we wanted. To start off with, they'd say we would have a midnight license, so I fought that. I'm very determined. I'm a bit like a bulldog. Once you get a ball in my mouth, I'm not going to let it go. And it's very, very important for me to follow through with the dream that I had, and Scott's dream as well, to finalise what we set out to do. I don't give up on anything, and I believe that all the way along that we would get what we wanted. And so far we've got exactly what we wanted. Opening night is the thing I'm most excited about. I can't wait to see all the things that I've written checks for and ordered from overseas and chosen colours and picked out tiles and basins and toilets and all these wonderful things. To see them all actually in place, I think the thing that's going to excite me the most is when Scott and I stand in the middle of the dance floor without anybody else in there, and we crack a bottle of champagne together and shake hands, because that will be for me, the starting point of something really successful. It's going to be for me very exciting to have that little moment as the payoff for all the hard work that we've put in.
So now we've met the team behind NEVERMIND. So tune in next week where we get our first behind the scenes look inside the club itself.